Hey everybody, welcome back to another Feature Friday with Dominique Turner. This week's episode features freshman goalkeeper Teresa Morrissey, who was part of the U19 Australia national team this past year. Keep watching to learn a little bit more about her experience playing both in the US and Australia. Hey everybody, Dominique Turner here with our soccer goalie Teresa Morrissey. How are you doing, Teresa?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. How did you first start playing soccer? What really attracted you to the sport?
Well, I was really young. My dad played a lot of sport growing up, and he actually played sport professionally in Australia, so he made us kids play a lot of sport. So when I was very young, soccer's the biggest sport for children back home, so he made me play that. So I've kind of just been playing it since I was 3 or 4 years old. Yeah.
Awesome. And then how did you get into goalie? Did you just kind of try it out one day and go from there?
Yeah, sort of. As you do, most people know when you're a junior playing sport, you kind of just rotate positions, and there was no goalkeeper, and we just rotated, and I guess I was just good with handling. I played basketball and stuff, and then it kind of just went from there, trialing for teams that I never thought I'd make it into, and then kind of just being a bit of luck, and maybe I had something that they were looking for, and then it kind of just went from there and kind of never looked back. Yeah.
Are there any differences between playing in the US and playing in Australia?
Generally, it's much more possession-based back home, but here it's very attacking, how can we get forward as quick as we can? And the Americans are doing something right because the US national team are the best in the world at the moment.
So you recently went back to Australia to train with the U19 national team. Mm-hmm. So how was that experience for you guys? Any type of traveling? How'd you guys do?
Well, personally, I loved it. The team changes every year, even 3, 5, 10 times a year, whatever. They just cut and grab players. I wasn't there the entire year, and then I just got lucky. I was there at the end of the year, so a lot of the girls I knew and a lot I met, so that was a really good experience, having a new team, but we all kind of just worked really well together. Training was really challenging, but very rewarding. Unfortunately, we didn't qualify for the World Cup, but it was an experience all of us will probably remember for the rest of our lives.
So can you teach any of the Rhode Islanders or any of the Americans actually listening some Australian lingo?
Well, I can give you an example. You're not wearing a sweatshirt, you're wearing a jumper. That's what I would
Jumper?
Yeah, okay. That thing. I'm not wearing sweatpants, I'm wearing trackies. It's not the afternoon, it's the Arvo. That's
Arvo?
Arvo, A-R-V-O, kind of like Avo, but with an R. What else? We call little things we call a cooler an esky.
An esky?
Yeah, and
I did not know any of this.
Truck, it's a boot. It's just little things like that. We grew up.
I do know that breakfast is brekkie.
Brekkie, yeah.
That's one thing I do know. If you had to pick one teammate you could bring with you if you're stranded on a deserted island, who would it be and why?
Well, obviously I'd love to bring everyone, and everyone has their own qualities. Probably Jules, the keeper, I spent the entire fall with. She's really funny. She's probably the funniest person I know. She's really mature, so I would never get sick of having a conversation with her. And she's a goalkeeper, so we'd complain about all the stresses of being a goalkeeper together.
Right, and goalkeeper vibes.
Yeah.
Love
basically,
that.
Yeah.
All right, so my last question is, what is something about you that the URI community, the Kingston community might not know?
I love music. I grew up playing 3 different instruments, cello, piano, and all the percussion instruments. I loved it. I was pretty good at it, but I had to give it up to pursue soccer, a full-time career. As you would for music, you'd have to give up sport. I love it, but that'll probably always stay with me. So when I'm choosing my subjects, I'm I really want to take a music class. I don't know if it's best for my major, but that's probably something that people wouldn't expect.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. Good for you. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Teresa.
That's okay. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Morrissey had a total of 4 shutouts in 14 games and also racked up 61 saves in just her first season here as a Ram. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week. Go Rhodey.